Tayariel, Tayariel, oh Tayariel, Tayariel, say shoko, yawa Tayariel biro, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh.
We are doing a podcast, and our podcast will major on art. But before I talk about our podcast, Emma, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, hi guys. I'm Emma Ogola, a music teacher by profession, and I'm a principal at Jackson School, Migori. And just as Daisy has said, she's a film enthusiast and I'm a music enthusiast.
So our podcast will major on arts, and we're not just looking at arts for entertainment. We have noticed that occasionally art is related to entertainment, but it has a lot of things in it. For example, inside art you can find little messages, right? Of course, there are some people who like when I talk art, I talk about music. I talk about
visual arts.
I don't know why they call it fine. Why do they call it?
They're detailed. They're not just like a picture that you can see. They have a meaning. All the artists, whatever they draw, they have something that inspired them to paint or to draw that kind of thing. Yeah.
So that's why it's called fine arts.
Yes, because it is detailed. Yeah.
And again, there's performing arts, of which now that's where
against
Emma,
music, drama.
Yeah. Do you know I'm a theater? I'm a trained theater. You know, in my undergraduate I took theater arts. So like I know how I can train people on theatrical performance.
Okay.
So it's also like a little bit of the performing arts, the theater, the music, drama, the dance. in all of that, most of the time, in as much as we get entertained, me growing up, I used to take arts as entertainment. How about you?
Like, growing up, I think when I was in primary, I changed my career when I was going to Form 1. When I was in primary, I wanted to be a psychologist.
Hey.
Then once I reached, I think I was in grade 7, class 7, when we had these sponsors who came, I don't know what they're called, I can sing something, I don't know. They came for wherever I was singing in Kisumu, and I had to audition for it.
Yeah.
They were actually targeting schools, learning children. So I said, let me give it a try. I sang the first song, I Have a Dream from Westlife. So after that, I think once I sang, I was chosen. So I went to represent Kisumu County in Nairobi Catholic University. So I was like, okay, if I can be able to be picked to go represent somewhere, then music is my thing. And that's how my passion for music came, right from class 7. Yeah.
Nice. I think for me, I think I've just been singing. I've just been singing. So I've never really pursued singing as a career, but as a hobby.
You can also pursue it now, eh?
I can. Hey, by the way, Emma has a school where she trains people.
Yeah.
It could be a child, it could be an adult. She can train, she can voice coach you and everything. She'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
right?
I will.
Yeah, but I was just saying, for me, music is like just a passion, like hobby. I love listening to music.
Yeah.
I was telling you before. I was telling Emma before, so like I'm roping you guys in. That there's a time I went for a competition, a music competition. I've also gone to a competition, and it was the first and the last. The first and the last, because like we went to KTN, and then
I can sing
KTN. You remember those people? They used to win 1 million, 1 million and a car.
I think it was 1 million and a car.
Yeah. So I also went there around 2017 or 18. I think 2018. So I went there, and I remember, my husband, he's always been supportive, so like he took me there, and he was like, hey, and imagine that I remember that night, I made noise the whole night. I was rehearsing. And he was patient. I was singing all night. So that it was like, hey, what you've been singing at night is what you want to sing here. Where people have their guitars, and everyone was like rehearsing, and people had like nice melodies. Some people came in groups, and it was like, hey, about to boy. I was really kitoboa. But miraculously, I went through the first stage. Imagine, so like the first stage was like, I think over 100 people like were scraped off. Yeah. So I was like, hey, so I made it. So you said that I don't know. But I guess that was like the first one, and then when I couldn't make it to the third category now, I think the third was like the 20s, people who were going to the first episode of that competition. I was a little bit demoralized. I was like, I'll never compete again. And then I asked him, do you think I know how to sing? Do you know what he told me? He told me, you love singing.
But then, it depends on how you, like, how can I put it? How you communicate to people. I can go on stage and just sing for that I love singing or for the sake of it. But all those songs have a message. So you have to feel the message from your voice and also your facial. Don't just think that you have to showcase your voice. There's some emotion that's in the music. So you have to feel that emotion. If it's a sad one, let's feel the sadness in your voice and in your facials. If it's a happy one, let's feel it. Yeah.
By the way, now that you're talking about that, when I was watching, I love watching The Voice, by the way. The Voice and sometimes AGT. And sometimes somebody is not, there are people who have like very powerful vocals that they could hit any note. But then the guys who have like low vocals, but the way they sing, the audience is just like...
Exactly.
Out.
Because I remember that issue of the varied intonations. I think I faced kind of, my self-esteem was kind of lowered when I was in high school. So I was like, I've gone to high school from one, I want to do music.
Yeah.
People are like, hey Emma, utatoboa hii music. Ati, your voice is too deep, can you even sing? So I was like, oh my god, I just have to pursue it. Then I remember one of my students, one of my classmates told me,
yeah.
ati, hii music hata itakupeleka pahali. So I was like, just wait and see. Huh?
Really, they should sing now.
They should see me now.
They should see you now, eh?
Yeah.
Training guys, you know.
Mm.
And you do it so well, by the way.
Thank you.
Let me tell you. And I know like it's going to grow and grow and grow because this is something you do so well.
Yeah.
I can attest. Yeah, I was saying like music has not music, art. Music is just like one aspect. Yeah, you know. There are others like you know, film,
Drama.
whatever, drama, you know. And I was thinking that inside it, inside art, there are messages.
Yeah.
You know, again, inside art, you can preserve your culture, right?
Exactly. You can.
And a very basic one is the language.
The
Like,
language.
like say even it the Luo culture.
Yeah.
So like somebody, it has automatically documented our language,
Yeah.
the Luo language.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, we've sung a Luo song.
It's called Polo.
Uh-huh.
Bengi na Ogot and Winyo.
Yeah. And by the way, and this is just a by the way, I'm just mentioning. Emma introduced me to that song. I love Nina, by the way, and I love Winyo because there's this film. And you'll just have to forgive me because that's when I discovered him. There's this film called Otis Janam. So I went to watch it in Nairobi because me, I told you I'm a film enthusiast, right? But for music, I enjoy like listening to music. But I also love music a lot. You have no idea. So when I went there and the director, is it director or producer? I think the producer was like, we had to look for Winyo, through thick and thin.
Yeah.
He had to feature in this film. I was like, who is this Winyo? Then they said Winyo did the score.
Yeah.
He did the score and it was a very nice song. I felt his voice. I felt his message.
Very
I felt everything.
fastly.
Imagine. So that's the day I discovered. I tried looking for him to take a photo.
I think I discovered Nina when I was at the university. You see, during the music, as music as a subject, there was the performance part, the performance part recitals. So I was looking for artists who match my voice. I don't choose people who like will make me strain in singing. So among them, I identified Nina Ogot, Zahara. Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight is a classical singer because we used to do classical music in university.
Nice.
So I had to identify with the musicians who sing,
like
with
you.
the who have the voice that I have.
Yeah.
Tony Braxton and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but then that's so important because it's like doing comparison.
Yeah.
At least you can learn one or two things from them. You know how they do their controlling and everything.
Exactly.
That's nice. Well, so that's Nina, and the song is very nice. I like it. I really love it. And talking about things that are found inside a song. When I was, you know, of course, if you listen to a song for the first time, it will pass.
Yeah.
And the second and the third,
You get the message.
you're not starting to get
You
the message.
internalize it.
Imagine. So I was there. I was thinking about Taya. Hata hiyo polo niliacha kidogo. You know, and then I was like, when I was it rang a bell. When I was a baby. I don't remember like what age. But we used to go to Shags, right? From Migori we used to go to Shags. So we were anxious and all that. Then this one particular time, one time, my mom showed us some light. She was like, we were going home in a van. Then she was like, you see that light down the hill? That's our compound, you know, like washa ta already. And we followed that light. And when Nina is talking about Tayarien, you know, those things, like you see the significance of light.
Yeah.
For me, it shows like it led us to the way, like
Yeah.
to our grandmas and grandpas, you know, and just showing that the light being there at least showed some life, you know, at least tunaenda hapo watu wameshawasha taa,
Yeah.
you know. So in as much as you're listening to the song and you're feeling entertained and all that,
You have to get the message,
You
the
get the
deep
message.
meaning of the song.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so maybe if you could talk a little bit about maybe, so today we want to talk about music, right?
Yeah. And its
Yeah.
significance in our cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you can take it away from there.
Mm. So basically all the cultures have their kind of music. That's why we have folk songs existing from various communities. So I think how music has impacted in various cultures, maybe one of them is it has helped them maintain their culture.
Yeah.
Like let's say I really love the Maasais.
Mm.
They've really maintained their cultures to date. I find that mostly
Totally. Even
as
the
the
dressing.
laws we are being taken to Western kind of dressing. But if you look at the Maasai, you can meet a Maasai outside and notice yes, is the Maasai.
Yeah.
So it really helps us to identify with our cultures very well and also maintain our culture. Though some of us have drifted. So
A little bit.
a bit, yeah.
And that's why we thank Kinanina Ogot,
Yeah, Susan
Susan
Owio.
Owio, and just to mention, there's this new Luo music, but it's mixed. I don't know if I can call it contemporary music because an artist like Othello Brown, Othello Max,
Kilo Max.
Eh?
Kilo Max.
At Othello Brown. So Othello Max is a Luo artist that sings in Luo, really.
Yeah.
But a few times he can sing in Swahili.
Yeah, yeah.
Sindio?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like his music is still he has not drifted
I haven't
much.
drifted that
He's
much.
trying.
Mm.
And
I can remember I got to know him. When was it? 2021 or late 2020. There's this song that he has sung. Baby Kimula mimi nakufa. Yeah, that was when I heard it first, and I really loved how he's arranged the words in the message. It's just so interesting.
It is.
But I think there's a post we shared. Maybe like reggae music that they're doing something more compared to those who sing love songs and all that.
Yeah.
I can see that musicians have different kinds of tastes. Not all of us, not all musicians can sing aligned to one direction.
Yeah.
They have those who can sing praising their country, talking about moral values, talking about the issues affecting us in the society or in the country. Like some people can say, what can I mention? Nikita does sing mostly the Western. Emma Jalamo.
Who's Nikita?
Nikita Kering. But
I know,
she's singing the.
Do you know if you listen to Nikita's song, you'd at first you wouldn't think it's Kenyan songs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's really taken after the Western kind of music.
And the voice is almost like I don't know if I'm overpraising
Yeah.
Nikita. Almost like Maria Carey.
So like the different kinds of music, eh? So each musician, even as I grow as a musician, I know very well that I want to mostly sing songs that praise my country or praise my culture. So that's the line of musical. Even if I write my lyrics, that's the route I'll take. But I find there's this other musician who like feels like, hey, we need to relay a message about. Actually, it depends on the musician. So that's why you find that some musicians are mostly in the R&B, some are in Ohangla. You can't find them doing any other song apart from Ohangla or any other song apart from R&B. That's their route. So I think we should just appreciate and embrace all sorts of music. Yeah, Prince Indah can't change to come and start singing.
Bongo.
Yeah.
It's
So
impossible.
you just need to appreciate all of them. All the musicians relay a message. So you're the one to choose which one suits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But there's some musicians who like their voices are edited so much. The problem comes in the studio. Their voices are so much edited, such that in such a manner that they can't sing live. And when they sing live, they have the backup music. But when they sing with the backup music, we won't get like we'll get a difference between the studio song and the original. You know, as a musician, you're not supposed to use the backup music. If it's your song, you should be able to sing it live without any backup, unless you should have an instrumentalist or a pianist or someone to accompany you. But it's your voice that you want, not the recorded one.
Yeah.
So even as the some music producers produce, they can maybe try and minimize how they edit your voice. Like there's this song I did with my friend Festo. The first time they sent the music producer sent the audio to me, I was like, no, this is not my voice. Even though I was trying,
please go back.
I was trying to
Please
sing
do
now,
my
I was
voice.
like, oh my god, this is not my voice.
Yeah.
He had to redo it, and until now, if I sing now, the voice matches the one that was recorded. Yeah. Maybe I can just say, like, most of the musicians right now are diverting to live recorded music. People like Eunice Njeri, these gospel artists, they are diverting to live music.
Yeah.
Because
Israel Boni.
Because recorded music right now is kind of getting out of fashion. Like singing with a backup.
Okay.
So we're trying to embrace like live performances. People hear your real voice rather than the recorded one.
And even that really makes so much sense, because if we should also know, if the voice goes through the softwares and it comes out something different.
Yeah.
Talk about the, like, if somebody will try listening to the music, maybe someone loves singing, and then they're like looking, the way you say you always look for people, you feel like you sing the same voice.
In the same range.
So this person will look for voices and not, get any that, they resonate with. So I feel like preserving that natural voice is so important. Like, the producers should stick to creating beats.
Exactly, just the beat. The voice, they should just let it. Maybe if at all there's some interruption, maybe in the some sound from outside they can edit, but let them leave the voice alone.
Sure.
Let them not add any effects.
I agree. I just felt like it is so important for us to Africans. Now let me start being personal.
Yeah.
Let me start being personal. Like, for us Africans, I always feel like we are intelligent in our own way. Creating things like Orutu, those things, we could still make our music. So it is so important, in as much as we have the guitars, the
violin, keyboards,
saxophone,
these ones, yeah.
We can still embrace what our forefathers used, and I love that they've incorporated that in the music.
Yeah.
Yes. So even you in your next song,
you'll have to incorporate one.
Nyatiti. Nyatiti, but then she is called Obokano in
Kisii. Yeah. I think mostly Nyatiti, it's like I don't know if it acts as a percussion. You can also create melodies, yes, but mostly it was being
percussion need drums.
But they have percussion instruments that like has a melody. You have the melodic instruments and the non-melodic instruments. Now the percussion instruments fall under non-melodic instruments. They don't form a melody. Like this is a drum. You can't do a melody with
the drum. You just listen to the beats.
It just accompanies the melodic instruments.
Oh, okay, so I've learned.
So mostly the Nyatiti, like Ayub Ogada, he was kind of singing, then breaking it down to a chant. So mostly Nyatiti was being used to accompany chants.
You know his song?
Aye.
You know it went international.
Yeah, it did. And there's even this Anyango just She also came and I think she stayed in Kenya for like 5 years and learned the art of playing the Nyatiti. Now she's using it to play it in Japan. So
and I love that. Shout out to Anyango.
So she mixes a bit of Luo and a bit of Japanese language in her music, and she only uses the Nyatiti. And I think the last music she has produced, she has even added the Western instruments to bring some difference. Okay. But the Nyatiti never misses.
It's nice, really. And really shout out, so at least people can know we also loved music accompanied by instruments. Yeah. So at least that culture can be preserved on and on.
Music, the significance of music in our cultures also helps in national identity. You find like mostly the tourists, they always come to Bomas of Kenya and visit these interior areas where they get entertained. And it also earns our country foreign money, foreign exchange something. Yeah. So like at the Bomas, there's some cultural dances and music. When they go to Siaya, they get Tomboya.
When I was in campus, that was I think second year or third year, we were taken to Bomas. Do you know me? I had no idea. Me, I'm from Jeshaga, I'm from Migori. I'm going to Nairobi. I never knew there was something like that, right? And then, of course, we were meeting these other tribes in the music festival, drama festival, but just kids. I'd never seen adults performing. So that day we were carried. We went to the pass and then we went to
The
Bomas of Kenya, and I was like, it was just like a normal tour. We are theater students, so we were being shown performance, the art of performance. So we went there and I was shocked, and I loved it. And I resonated with the Luo dancers. So I can just imagine how the Kurias also felt about theirs, how the Luyas, Kikuyus. So that is the day I learned the Kikuyu. Now, most of my competitions, I never reached nationals. I was reaching provincials. So provincials like Wajaluo peke yetu, like were there. So like for the first time, I got to see campus dancing, Kikuyu dancing, and I noticed that the dance that has 3 steps, right? It has 3 steps. Three steps. I loved it. And really, the guys who came with the idea of Bomas of Kenya, that was really a very nice thing because it was eye-opening to me. I'd never seen adults dancing, and they sang our songs so well, and the dances were so nice. I loved it in terms of like preserving. You can continue.
And I can also say in terms of music festival, getting into music festival, you find that most of the teams, let's say, I'm in Migori, I'm from Luo Nyanza. I pick a song and go train the children. I pick a Kisi song or a Kamba song. I train them. By the time we reach nationals, we will be kicked out. Why? Because the Kamba people are authentic. They're doing it authentically.
I see.
Now they're just learning it for the sake of the festival and all that. Unless the trainers get a Kamba who understands what the lyrics are and how the folk dance and the folk songs are done, they'll be kicked out in nationals. The same to Kisi and Luo. You can't teach a Luo to sing Kisi songs and they do it perfectly and defeat the
Can compete the Kisi.
They can't.
It's kind of impossible. And now that you've also mentioned music festival, maybe we'll just shed some light on its significance to a child's life, a Kenyan child's life,
So I think music festival is so good. It boosts the child's confidence. If you see a child like a 3-year going on stage performing and then people clap for her or him, it really boosts the confidence. And I think also it also nurtures talents. Like if a child never knew how to sing, she learns how to sing and goes to the nationals. You get a child doesn't know how to play the keyboard, she learns it until she goes to the nationals. The interest will automatically grow. And she'll be like, oh, I really want to do this. And they'll continue the passion. It will keep growing until they become better and better. So I think mostly the festival, it nurtures talents. It brings out the children out. Like it makes them come out. If a child was reserved, they come out. Like I have one of my students. She was so reserved before she began music, but right now she really enjoys. She talks, she tells stories. Like she's really come out
with the interaction that comes with it. And you go out there and then you see over 30 schools.
Exactly.
It's really the guy who came up with the idea of music festival has really impacted the lives of our children, including me, because I used to go. I was always stuck at the provincial level.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like even at that point, we got to see different schools, you know,
Yeah.
with the different songs. Some were doing Uganda
Ugandan dances.
Ugandan dance.
Yeah.
So where could I have ever learned Ugandan dance apart from there, you know? But
these children born in 2020, 2021.
Gen Z. Oh no, those are
The
Gen Alphas.
Gen Alphas.
Yeah.
By the time they're growing up, they're becoming our age, right? Right at the age we are right now.
Mhm.
I would like them to get to learn from their history, where they came from,
Yeah.
and they can learn either through being taught or through music. And to me, I feel like music communicates best.
Faster.
It accompanies teaching, and even in our CBC teaching nowadays, we use a lot of videos to accompany the teaching.
Nice.
We find that kids really internalize whatever they've learned after you taught them, like maybe just for like 15 to 20 minutes, then you put for them videos to watch. So if let's say it was a lesson about Kenyan leaders in the past, Kina Jomo Kenyatta and all that, you can try and put for them a kind of a video that was sung during that time, to let them know about where we've come from and where we are and where we are heading to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think music really helps us to preserve our history
I even
for our
love,
children. Yeah.
yeah, I even love the song done by Sauti Sol. It says, "Huenda ukawa Kenyatta,
Exactly.
atawale." I love that song so much, and honestly, you can enjoy the music at the same time, learn one or two from that music. Yeah.
So I think it helps us preserve it that way, and even our children, their children will learn. They learn the history of our country and our culture
Yeah.
as a whole. Yeah.
And talking about the future now, I was telling you nowadays people don't sing much about the present, because now if we sing about the present, it will reflect the future, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
So like I feel like artists, even the Gengetron ones, as they sing about weed, and they sing about clubbing and asking there's this song, I love it though, I love the tune. They're asking hapa ni wapi kwa ba mzinga ni mzinga kada. You know that song?
I've not heard
You've not heard that song?
Actually, I can't. The Gengetons have heard. It's just through the children, by the way. Just one or two, but like I'm really not a fan of Gengetron. Yeah.
But then you can learn to
I can listen to all the songs.
You know, my child sings Anguka Nayo. And I don't put Anguka Nayo. At what time do I Anguka? So like you even wonder where they learn.
They learn from each other.
And there's also writing.
Yeah.
And you know, that's where now I always wonder. I get one day we should set aside an episode for just discussing Gengetron.
Yeah.
And now be prepared to listen. Be prepared to listen to Gengetron. Because how do they write?
I think from whatever I've observed, most of the musicians around, not really most, some, they're kind of just write the words. You know, I studied music, so like you write like a poem. They just like poems, then you come up with a tune and they record. But if you decide to follow it to the professional part, you have to think of the text, then you transcribe it to a software that has the music notes, taken a crochet, semi-brief and all that. Then you insert the text, then you sing it out. But some of the musicians use the shortcut. They just write the poem, get the tune and go to the studio.
Yeah.
So like I've also written school anthem for the school that I am in, Jackson. And until now I'm really struggling to finish up the whole song for it to be will be perfect by the time the school is graduating
No.
in December. So at least we'll be able to have a script about our song, not
Yeah.
just the poetic part, but the musical score itself. Yeah.
And congrats on
Thank
that.
you.
I'm now eager to listen to that song
Thank you.
because I love music and I love listening, but I don't know how to compose. Okay.
It's okay.
So I guess that's it. You could tell us what do you think? What you think? You tell us what you think, really. So I'll just leave it as an open book like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go to our next segment, which is just freestyle. We are talking about the latest so far, the one that hits a string in your mind on a musician that you like to celebrate today. So should I go first or you go first?
You go first.
I go first. Thank you. So about a month ago or 2 months ago, I don't know if I was traveling or something, but I had Koma Sava, and I love Diamond's music. So, but at that point, I did not know it's Diamond who made that song. So I went to the house and it was like Koma Sava, and you know I don't know French, so I just read a Koma Sava song, and then it came. It came and I saw Diamond and Jason Derulo and some 2 South African artists. I'm guessing they're South African because of the amapiano that was infused. And so I, of course, I just listened the first time. I told you the first time it goes. The second time you want to listen again, and the third time you start analyzing.
Yeah.
So I was like, nice beat. And
the line is stuck in your mind.
I loved it. I was like, Como Sava. And then there's this part, Jason comes in and sings, and he has some naughty lyrics there, but I loved the song. Then the South African lady comes in, and you know the song flows, and then it's done. And then so I was just doing that for enjoyment, for entertainment, and then I out of nowhere I just saw like there's so much that has gone into this music video. There is so much, so like I paid keen attention. And I noticed we had over 5 cultures.
Yeah. Interpreted together.
Imagine we have the Maasais, and for the Maasai he brings in Swahili, right? In his verse he says, "How are you?"
I need to hear
how go listen to it and you'll see Diamond did not just sit, and now I understand why he's not an ordinary musician. For me, he's the leading East African musician because of how even you're leading. But you know, I love the way everything that went in there, in that piece of work, you could see he thought about it. Or even if he has assistants. Of course, sometimes they do have assistants.
They have managers.
But the team is working. The team is overworking. So I felt like I need to shout out Diamond for this song that he did. And even for him to extend the grace and collaborate with the guys like the South Africans and Jason Derulo and bring that nice music to our ears and the nice dance coordination. And before the video begins, before the song begins, I think we have like a landscape of Tanzania. I don't know if that is Gorogoro, because I've been to Gorogoro or Morogoro. I've been to Ngorongoro Creator. So I saw a lot of Maasais there. And in that video you can see the landscapes and the Maasais and their dancing style, and they even hum. Before the song begins, they do the Maasai humming, like that. Whenever Maasais are dancing in a group, they begin with that
hum.
Or
chanting.
They chant. Yeah, so I think that's it for me. What about?
But for me, I'd really shout out Nina Ogot. I love him, though I think when it comes to music, I'm kind of choosy, a bit choosy.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of tend to listen to music that maybe impacts on what I've been through and all that, the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have specific artists that I love, but yes, I embrace all sorts of music,
Mm-hmm.
but I really get connected to songs that kind of reflect me as Emma, my
Yeah.
emotions, my everything.
Yeah.
So I'd really like to shout out Nina Ogot.
Mm-hmm.
There's this song she sang, Wololo, Wololo, yeah, yeah. It kind of talks about the world right now in the world today. There are a lot of stuff going on,
Mm.
and we just need to toughen up.
Yeah.
And like, I also love the fact that she has brought out the French language in the song.
Yeah.
So she's incorporated both French and Luo
Mm-hmm.
to make a piece of music. That's one song. Another song is the guitar, the name Polo.
Mm-hmm.
I love Polo.
The one you sang.
Yeah, the one is just sung. I love that Polo because one, the guitar is not an African instrument, but she decided to make the white or the Western to incorporate the Western instrument in a Luo music.
Yeah.
You
And it
see,
stand out
it will stand out so
nice,
nicely.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I just love the fact that she preserves our culture as Luos.
Yeah.
Most of her songs is either she sings in Luo or she sings about issues that affect us as a country.
Mm.
Yeah. There are some songs about mom praising her mother or her motherland or something.
Yeah.
You can just go and search her.
There's this, I don't know if you know it. Certainly I used to know, I knew what Kitambo.
Mm.
It's only we know that I discovered this year in March.
Uh-huh.
But for Nina, I used to see her on.
Alliance from say she travels a lot, by the way. Whenever
She had a wedding show.
Yeah, she had a wedding show.
Eh.
I think I was still in primary or secondary.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then we could, there was this program that my mother loved, and I think that's when I also noticed I also loved music, because every Saturday in the evening, I don't know, it was called Tafrija or something.
there was it was wedding show. She was hosting wedding
The
show.
wedding show ilikuwa 6 p.m. right? But there was a show every Saturday after the 9 p.m. news. There was a show, Aphrodisia. Aphrodisia.
That's it.
You remember it?
I remember it.
Yeah, so Aphrodisia, we used to have Nina a lot. There was this, then of course, okay, it's bringing a lot of memories. This, the guy who passed.
Ayub Ogad.
No, there's Ayub, he used to also come there. Olivia somebody. Olivia Mtukuzi, the one I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I used to love a lot. I could see Fela Kuti. It's Fela Kuti, right?
Fela Kuti.
There was Fela Kuti in that. I could see the mama who won and it's not Oscar. The one for music is. She's called Angela somebody.
Angela.
She won a Grammy. She won a Grammy, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Angela.
Yeah. And so these are songs. I used to listen to those songs at that time.
Yeah.
You know, we could see Oliver there, we could see this. So that is the time I discovered
Yvonne
Nina.
Chaka.
Yvonne Chaka Chaka.
And I also forgot to mention Zahara. I love Zahara so much.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, when I heard of her death, I really felt so bad. Like, I was really expecting a lot. I was over there. I was telling my husband that, but in case God blesses me with man, I have to collaborate with this because her voice is just so great. And I love the fact that she has maintained her South African culture. Is she from Xhosa culture? And almost all her songs she sang in that language.
And with a guitar.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing, she never studied music. I was watching BET when she was live. She was like saying that she just plays the guitar. She even doesn't know the chords she's playing. That's where the passion of music comes from.
Wow.
Yeah, she doesn't know the chords. She didn't know the chords she was playing.
So well.
She just plays them. If you ask her, like, I can see mostly her songs she uses the G chord, C chord, D chord. She never knew which chord she's playing.
She was just
So long as
playing.
it matches with her voice, she just continues.
Oh, nice.
I was so shocked about that. May her
Mm.
soul rest in. I wish she could have another Zahara. I was going to leave her in case I get another child that it's Zahara.
Eh, she
I'll
did
just name her
Zahara.
Zahara.
Yeah.
It was also part of my plans,
Mm-hmm.
but I have not fulfilled it.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a cover of all Zahara's songs. I think I've already done 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to do more.
We're waiting for that album.
Mm.
By the way, talking of Zahara, of course we will do like one of her songs to just honor
Yeah.
as we conclude this
Yeah.
podcast. But I've also, the way you've talked about Zahara, I've remembered this song called Loliwe. Growing up, I don't know when it was released, but I know when it was released, we were listening to the radio.
Yeah.
So I used to pray that the radio plays it. And there was this radio, Citizen or Radio Maisha. I think Maisha was not there, it was Citizen.
Citizen.
They used to play it every Sunday in the morning,
Mm.
and they just blessed my soul.
Mm.
Even I could sing, I
Actually,
want to leave.
you know what Oliwe means? The whole song. Like, surely encourages you not to give up. Just keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
No matter the circumstances, the challenges, keep pushing.
Mm.
You'll finally get there.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's really nice. Yeah. But we
And then
thank God
Pendula came and took
took
over.
Pendula.
Yeah, I really love that song too.
Yeah.
I think it came out at the time where, as a country, we were really facing a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it impacted so much to me as a Kenyan. Maybe she's also the country was also facing some issues. Then that's why she sang that song. But I feel that Pendula is like a prayer asking God to answer us, not to leave us. So that song really relate to that song so much. Yeah.
And we thank God for YouTube now. We can always go and
Go
listen
and-
to the
yeah.
song at any time. We don't have to wait for the radio.
But how I wish it wouldn't have gone so soon.
Yeah.
I was really anticipating to listen to her more and more, but now it's
It
okay.
happened.
Yeah.
May God bless his soul.
Yeah.
So in that somber mood, we would like to conclude, but we're concluding with a song that Emma loves so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have been your host, Daisy Akal.
I've been your host, Emma Ogola.
So I would really like to thank you for joining us today on our first episode, and I would like to welcome you to our next episode, and for you to see us grow, requesting you to subscribe and share. Subscribe and share, and also follow us on our social media. Thank you so much. And now we listen to the song Zahara cover. It's called Loliwe. So we're covering Zahara's song called Loliwe by Emma and Daisy.
Uloliwe Lalingwele zodua, umaufuna hai, kuyakuna.